video. Okay, everybody, I'm back. And I'm going to show you what's happening. Okay, you kind of see this picture. Okay, here is the stretched case 2470 that Nicole sized up for me. And everything started with the diameter of the tires, so this had to be stretched to 16-inch diameter on these tires. So once that's stretched, everything else is to scale. So that's one of the steps that I used recently to verify things. I guess at a lot of them, but after I get done guessing, I bring my measurements over and I look at that, and that gives me a good idea where I'm at. And usually I'm pretty dang close. Okay, so now the next step is the first part of the body for the 2470, and that is the side step and the side tank, the first side tank, fuel tank. And so here's the first thing I had to do is I had to just kind of roughly take some measurements off the model, and then I made a pattern, and then second after I took the measurements, I went and verified it with the blowed up image, and that was right on. So this was the next step. So then the next step after that was to cut out the very first piece of that fuel tank. And so here it is, not cut out yet, but I do have one cut out, so I'm going to show you here in a couple of minutes. Okay, so you can see this piece right here is this bottom piece right there. So that was the very first piece that I cut out. It was this piece for the step. And you can see on here that step. I think you can see it. Yeah, you can see the bottom of that step right there. And then there's the second step. And then at the second step, it goes in where the fuel tank is. So the third step's actually the fuel tank. So in order for that to be the case, this had to bend. The third step had to bend. So this had to actually go down like so. And so that's your third step. So that was the next step for me to do. And then I went ahead and I'll kind of show you here. Here's the step. I'll show you kind of. Okay, so there was the first back piece that I cut out, and then I put in. Then I took and I cut out some strips of sheet metal, the width of the bottom width of the step, and then everything's tapered. If you can kind of see it, it's not a square step. Everything's tapered in all the way up to the top of the fenders. So I start out with my measurement down here, and let's see where we're at. I have about 3.125 inches is what I started out at. And so I cut the metal. That's what I went ahead and with. And then I actually bent the metal. I bent these pieces and bent them up to see where the fenders were going to all go and everything, and where the fuel tank and everything is. And so then I marked it. Once I got to the top of the fenders, because it tapered. If you look, you can kind of see maybe that it tapers all the way up. So that from the bottom step up, it is not straight. So I had to figure out how to make those steps, but I'm very happy how it's looking. This is the very rough stage right here, guys, but I know you like seeing kind of seeing how it's I start on it. So then I'm going to, next I'm going to move the camera over to my other spot. And I'm going to show you the tie rod progress. And I'll show you how this looks sitting on there. So I made a little homemade camera stand. So let me see if I can get that in a spot where you can kind of see it. So let's go here. Maybe right here. Maybe right there. How about right there? Maybe right there you can see. There. Okay, let's try that. I think you can see it. Okay, so I got all the linkages cut and made, but I'll show you here real quick when I'll grab the camera and come back here. So you can see the back. You can see the back wheels steering. That's very cool. And then you can see the front wheel steering. And I'll grab the camera here in a second and just take it out of the stand and bring it and show you the linkages. And I'll get the steps and hold them up, but I think I need to be at a different angle to where you can see those. Let me see. Okay, so the first step is gonna go kind of right there. I don't know if I can get it to stay or not yet. No, she won't stay. Let me put a tire under there maybe. Oh yeah, that'll give you an idea. Okay, so let me take the camera now and move it maybe over to here. And let me see if you can see that shot. Let me tilt it up just to here. There, so there's, okay, so I still got some trimming in here to do, but you can see how this will turn, and it has to have the clearance to turn and not hit these steps. So if you turn it this way, oops, she's just kind of sitting there, and if I turn this wheel this way, that's kind of where it will be. Actually, this back axle, I gotta adjust that so that back wheel will turn just a hair more, but it's not bad. So this is gonna be a, look how the size of it, if you can kind of see the 40-20 in the background, this thing is gonna be huge. I love it. I love this tractor. I love four-wheel drive tractors anyway. So, okay, there's that. So I'm gonna grab the camera right now and show you the tie rods. Give me a little bit. So let me see if I can get this out of my stand. I'll show you my stand I made. It's one of the snowplow. It's an old snowplow skid off the bottom, one of the shoes. I just welded a piece of tubing on it, and then my selfie stick slides down into that, and then I can move it around. It's got enough weight on it to where it will sit about anywhere. So that's my quick replacement to Deb. Not that I like that, but hey, I can't have Deb coming out here every 5 minutes and doing short little clips. So, okay, so now I'm going to show you. I'll take this back off because that's probably going to just fall because it's just kind of sitting there. But I'm very happy how that first piece is looking. And I'll set that back over here. And then we'll go here. Sorry if I'm going too fast, but there you can see here you can see the pivot point where the back axle pivots. You can kind of see it a little bit there. And here you can see the tie rod. Both tie rods on the model were behind the axle, so I will build the rear hitch assembly, all notch that out, and that will be built over that. So then you can kind of see I think you can kind of see let me see, hope I'm getting this right. You can kind of see the linkage in the front. Let me see if I can move it there a little bit. And there you can see the linkage on this side. don't think I can get, maybe get down there. The thing's getting kind of there. Maybe now you can kind of see the linkage down underneath there. And on the back axle you can kind of see, maybe, I hope you can see it. See it moving back and forth. There, I'm very happy how it's looking already. I just love this tractor. I love the 4020. I love the 4020. And I love this case 2470. It's going to be awesome. So let's see if I can get, I think we are back here. Let me see, guys. I apologize for all the, I'm still trying to see how to do this, but I think if I can figure it out, then I can show you more of the process of me actually cutting this stuff out. So there's the wheels again turning, and there's this again turning, and one last shot at the first fender. So this will go on this side. The second one, I'll build two of them, and there's fuel tanks on both sides, so they will both get a fuel cap. And very happy how it's looking. So the tires steer there, tires steer like that, and the back axle goes up and down. And so my next project will be to cut all the duplicate parts from that first fender assembly and steps, and I'll get that roughed in, and then the floor, the cab. This is the cab floor right there, that part. So this piece right here is only here it just tacked just to get me the fender, to see where the fender had to go on the same taper. So that piece right there will come right off. And so then that will actually be the bottom section of the cab. And so then the cab goes up, the cab goes up to this fender, and then goes back almost to the edge of the fender, and then the cab tapers up, and then in the front, the cab tapers out above the fender about to here, and then it tapers back. So that will give you kind of a little bit of an idea. Maybe the cab will be maybe about this, just roughly, maybe that tall. I don't know if you can see my hand. Nope. It's about that tall. So I'm very excited. Very excited about this tractor too. I know this is going to be another one of my all-time favorites. I love that 4020. Just love that 4020. Love the plow, but I love that tractor. I love it. Love that tractor. So just can't. Every time Deb and I walk out here, we just say, "Oh, that is adorable." So we just love it. I just love that 4020. Just some of you haven't seen it yet. It's just, it was such a fun project. But I think this is going to be just as fun. It's just going to be just as fun. So, okay, everybody, we will shut her down, and we'll see you. Let's see. There. We'll see you tomorrow. So have a great. Let me see where my button is here. Have a great Tuesday, and stay positive, everybody. Things are tough, but hey, our attitude can make a difference in a good day or a bad day, so don't give up. See you later.